Rambo Last Blood is directed by Adrian Grunberg and stars Sylvester Stallone and co-written by Stallone. And it's basically the 5th film in the Rambo franchise.
And supposedly final
film. And in this story, we deal with Rambo, who is, from the end of the last film, he's back in Arizona at home at his old father's ranch. And he ends up basically having a niece now who is getting into wanting to find out about her father and stuff. And she ends up going to Mexico, and stuff goes down where Rambo ends up having to go to Mexico to go get her, and then there's some shit that goes down with these sex traffickers that are there, and basically it becomes
like Home Alone, where he booby traps his house because the villains are coming to him to his house.
Yeah, and then pretty much they end up coming after Rambo, and he has to stop them.
Yeah,
pretty simple as that. Now, for those of you who are curious, we actually did a retrospective of all the Rambo films. You recommend check out. We went into more detail with it, everyone's, but just a brief recap. I loved all the Rambo films.
Yeah.
I mean, mainly 1, 2, and 4. 3 has its problems, but like it's definitely the black sheep of the franchise.
Well, until this one. 3 was the black sheep of the franchise, but to me, 1 is my favorite, hands down. And I go in more detail on our retro. But it'd be 1, 2, and 4. Personally, I think 4, the last one, closed it out.
It did,
completely.
Yeah, definitely.
And to me, if you get rid of 3 in this one, to me, I felt like 4 was the last blood.
It was like a good trilogy on its own, like that.
It was a good trilogy if you get 1, 2, and 4, because Rambo never comes home after the events from 1, and then he gets to 4, and then he goes home and makes peace. Yep. That is fucking all we need.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, money speaks louder.
Yeah, and then there was actually development for this movie for a long time that Stallone wanted to do, because there were different concepts that they had in mind over the years.
1 was actually a werewolf.
I didn't know about that, but
you can look that up.
But after 2008's Rambo came out, he had ideas about possibly doing something else with it, but it was on hold for a while because of script change and stuff. And there was even at one point they were going to do it with like a cartel kind of thing, kind of like a Sicario kind of thing.
Yeah, you can look it up. The werewolf thing, there was a werewolf story. Possibly they were going to go like Machete level. I'm glad they didn't do that. They scrapped that idea. And then the cartel. They wanted to do more like
the drug cartel kind of thing.
Something that's more current, like Mexican drug cartel. And that one, they were just having a rough time. How would you bring Rambo to them or them to Rambo? And just, there were struggles, and you can tell.
Yes.
And there were struggles in this fucking movie. And upon seeing this movie, I knew by the trailers, something about it just was making me kind of bite my teeth. I'm like, I don't know, but I'll give it a shot because I love Rambo. And upon seeing this film, I'll tell you right now, it was as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, this is a film that I consider to be so unnecessarily and so just pointless that really,
it was
like,
pointless.
I know that 4 had its share of detractors that a lot of people didn't like 4, but I still appreciate the fact that film actually came full closure. There was no reason to continue after that.
And the story made more sense. It felt like a Rambo movie. I mean, there's a sense in his character where he's just like, fuck the world.
Yeah.
Fuck it all. And you get that in all of them, and you get the feel of Rambo in every one of them until you get to this one. And it's just, it's a totally different character change.
Exactly.
And it made no fucking sense.
Because in this one, it deals with pretty much him, adapting to life, which I get in concept-wise, you could do that, because in this film, it deals with him trying to cope with his niece and everything.
And it's really not his niece.
It's, his niece that he considers his niece, basically.
Yeah, he looks down as like a daughter. A daughter figure.
I get what they were going for, but the problem is, the way it comes across, it's very out of character, so to speak, with Rambo. Because
in the beginning of the film, we already get the very out of character Rambo, where he's just so happy and go lucky and just smiling. It just, I get that people said that, 4 he made peace. And he made peace within himself, going back to his ranch where his parents live. Where the fuck do these two characters come from?
Yeah.
And they do this montage in the background where you start seeing like the throughout the pictures. And this is where I gotta call some problems in continuity on the whole entire franchise, because they actually have a picture. I'm thinking is the picture of Rambo, that older lady, kind of like a maid type, and the mother who supposedly something happened to her, died. Of the mother of the niece in this. And where the fuck was that? Because Rambo was tied up in Asia all the way up till part 4, which is only 11 fucking years ago. This girl is already 19. She graduates 18, 19. That is what her age limit is in this movie.
Yeah.
And because she's graduating, going to go to college, and
yeah,
something don't seem fucking right.
Sense.
Yeah, there's a lot that don't make sense.
But before we get into more of our cons, I will say, to get our pros out of the way, two things. One, Stallone is great as always as Rambo, and what I appreciate with this too is that there are like a lot of scenes where he's fucking intense. Like there are moments where if he's not even killing me, when he's just like, you know, he's intimidating and everything. It had me on the edge. Like the way he fucking like it is just like, you fucking tell me now. Yeah,
like later on in the film when he gets more intimidating, I was starting to get a little more positive views of him. There's Rambo.
Yeah.
And then, you know, then the final battle, I will say, really does feel like a Rambo movie. Yes. Despite what I'm going to bitch about. And the gore effects.
Awesome.
We're good. Not on 4.
Not on 4's level, but still pretty damn fucking
But I will give this one a lot more credit. The villain he kills in 4, how he did it was more gorier. Like the whole slicing thing, but I felt like this one meant more personal than that guy, because this one, there's something happens with a character and you'll get why I'm glad what he did. But what he did to this guy at the fucking end, oh my god. Dang!
Yeah, you're talking about fucking. They don't hold no bars. They go for it, and I appreciate that they stick to their guns with that.
Exactly.
And I will admit too.
And then the score again.
Yeah.
Now I was a little disappointed we didn't get that
mean theme from the first movie. Yeah.
But we did get the other theme that you hear in the first movie. There's two main themes that's with Rambo, and they played that one. I can't. It's hard to explain.
But I will also say too that there are ideas in this film that I do appreciate what they could have went with, like the whole idea of him because this movie also tackles some serious issues about sex trafficking, which an idea of itself could work, but the problem is not in a Rambo. So I'm kind of mixed on it, but I at least appreciate.
Like if you want to see that, it's in Taken.
It's ambitious because they tackle real life issues that are supposed to be in that very depressing kind of feel.
Yeah, but you can watch Taken.
Well, yeah, I know that. I'm just saying
that made the story more sense.
And context-wise, it made the things a lot more personal to kind of bridge it. I appreciate they at least tried with it.
On the personal, I can get, but then there's something else that it underdemeanors the entire villain.
Right, I got you.
Because look what Rambo fought in all the movies.
Right, I got you.
Entire fucking police force. He fought Vietnam, leftover Viet Congs, took down them all, and then saved the fucking POWs. No, and 3, he was helping the Taliban, but he fought the fucking Russian military.
That's right, yeah, that's right.
The entire fucking Russian force.
And then
4 took down the fucking Burmese. All of Burma's, their fucking entire terrorist organization. And then we go to sex traffickers for the end?
Yeah, it's
these guys look like Tom, Dick, and Harry hanging off the fucking streets.
It's just like what they did with Taken.
You know he's gonna whoop these motherfuckers' asses with these.
It's just like what they did with Taken 3 when you went from him taking down the fucking, Arabs in the
big time Armenians
in the first 2, and then going to fucking Russians in the 3rd. I'm like, these guys are such a downgrade. It's the same thing here where you have Rambo going to fucking sex traffickers. I would have bought it more if it would have been with drug cartels or the actual like cartels like you see off of Ozark and shit. Yeah. I would have bought more of that.
Oh, and another thing, there's something that I've never seen in all the Rambos in a while that does happen, and it's the part where Rambo gets pretty beat.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, they go to fucking pretty good practical.
Yeah, that's something we've never seen with Rambo, but then I have a problem with because I felt like their villains were so weak, but yeah, they had so many people, that's why. But I don't know. It's like All right, now we get in our cons, because there really
Yeah.
wasn't much pros in this film for me. We were bitching about the character of Rambo. It's very inconsistent. It does not feel Rambo. You don't get any. Like, I was hoping to see more, like, you know, like going back to his past.
Yeah,
Troutman talk to him.
We get sprinkles of it here and there. Like at the beginning, you can see that he has like he's having like PTSD for a second.
Yeah, but you don't hear Troutman like you do in the trailers and all that stuff. And then like him paying maybe at least respecting the last event he went through in part 4. And it's just it feels like, I don't know, just like he starts off as this happy-go-lucky guy. And I really just don't like it. It does not feel right.
Yeah, I got you.
And very inconsistent with Rambo and his characters. Another fucking problem I had with this film. What the fuck? 4 movies of his iconic long hair and his bandana, and that's not in the fucking movie?
Yeah.
Did he walk out of a fucking straight-to-video fucking movie set to this?
I'm like,
I mean,
so what you're
what's
telling
with
me
this
is,
cowboy shit?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to bash you. It's like watching Clint Eastwood now.
We're watching Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, Brokeback Rambo. But yeah.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Yeah, I know, exactly. I was waiting for fucking Jake Gyllenhaal to pop out the side of the barn. Hey, Daddy. Hey, you ready for round 2? No, anyways, no offense. I'm just having some fun. It's just, I am pissed off that how could you not get the iconic look?
Right.
That's like saying Jason, I'm about to remake Jason. He shows up in a fucking clown mask. Or Freddy, he shows up in a goddamn pink sweater. Would you do Michael Myers, maybe wearing a fucking Mike Myers nose with glass from fucking Austin Powers? I mean, come on now.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's get fucking, why do you leave the iconic look out?
Exactly. There was no reason to do that. I mean, at least with the other films, you had Terminator, all them, they at least resembled them, Despite the fucking hating Genesis, I at least appreciate they at least kept him like his look.
Yeah. All right. Another thing I have a problem with, like I said, the villains. The villains are lackluster, and the sex trafficking thing, it just makes everything feel weak.
Yeah, it is. It's very weak, and it's very undercooked and so standard to the point that I'm just like, this is not a good final film to close your villains out with. It's,
again, another fucking franchise who wants to end itself on a high note, but gets the weekest villain out of all the movies.
It's
Makes
weird.
no fucking sense. Another thing I have a problem with, while there are parts the girl is, good, I did feel like the maid and the girl's acting was a little, not terrible, but definitely wasn't good.
I didn't mind her so much, but there are like a couple scenes where she kind of does it a little, like she's kind of like forced acting in some parts.
You do see the forced.
Yeah.
And then her like, I want to see my dad. I won't do it. I want to see my dad.
Yeah.
That's another issue we have in this problem.
This movie is very rinse and repeat, where Rambo goes back and forth between Mexico back to Arizona and everything. I'm like, man, this movie is so rinse and repeat.
And even the girl, like, she goes there and then meets this other character. You see other characters introduced, even that one chick. There's another chick that Rambo meets that, and this is where I call fault on. He asked for her help, and then the next scene, she's not there to be helped. Then he asks for her help, and then she's not in the fucking ending. It's like, why do you keep asking that girl for help and she never fucking shows up? What's her point?
Not to mention that they also they could have went with an idea differently with the girl's like dad, because the dad comes in like a couple scenes and he's gone throughout the rest of the film. He has really no purpose.
I thought that's what he was going to be. The villain.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be like maybe a head of like a cartel organization or something.
He's just basically in a scene to tell his daughter how he really feels about her. I didn't want you from the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it would have been a lot better if it would have done something with that,
And like I said, the characters being introduced in Rambo's life, it just it makes everything more inconsistent. Was the old Mexican lady, was she a maid of John Rambo's family? That would have made sense.
Yeah, you would have gotten more into that.
And then you could, when he came home, it could have been like the family gave the property to her until Rambo came, and then that's how he met the little girl, and he took care of her.
Yeah.
And she could have been like 6 or 5. It made more sense that she's 19 fucking right now. But they don't dig into that, so you just feel like they throw it at you. It just...
And that's what I'm saying, like...
Yeah, this movie, I'm a big Rambo fan. I loved 1, 2, and 4. 3 is Black Sheep, but after seeing this, I will say that, no, 3 made more sense than this.
Yeah, 3 was still... It felt like Rambo, and it was still... It had its problems because it was so, like... You know, it became too standard formulaic.
Yeah,
but it still had Rambo. It's still Rambo. It still had its moments.
And it was the last Troutman.
Yeah, I mean, one that really involved him,
at least it felt Rambo-ish.
Yeah,
despite them really going more of the straight to video feel.
Yeah,
and then well, anyways, yeah, there's a lot of very inconsistent editing going on, and it's very rinse and repeat, and
yeah, because you have like scenes where, you know, they'll be, like you said, they're just going from back and forth between place to place, and also there's some the questionable CGI that they put into that looks pretty bad. Yeah, this is a common problem with action movies nowadays.
It's sad
when you put
fucking
fire in your film, when you use CGI all the time, it looks noticeable. You can tell how CGI
How do they go
looks.
From very good effects in 4 to one in a really low budget? The writing overall in this film, I do got to criticize. I want to bring that up because you could see the struggles of how do we bring Rambo back so we can get more money and make more sense of it. You could see it struggling as it goes along.
Exactly.
And while I was pissed off, the film also hurts on the runtime because this is the shortest Rambo movie.
And that's saying a lot because keep in mind, this is another 5th film in a franchise. We had another certain film in a 5th film in a franchise that did the same thing, and that was Good Day to Die Hard.
We believe in the curse of 5s.
Yeah. Genesis, Die Hard 5, and this. So this is basically the unholy
Halloween.
Yeah.
Fucking, I can keep going and so many other
5s aren't always... Yeah, there's only rare instances where 5s are good.
Very rare.
But anyway, this to me was just one of those movies, though. Yeah. I wasn't like...
And then the ending, while, like I said, like the fighting the guys felt Rambo-ish, and then what he does...
spoil the ending, but basically
then it just abruptly just fucking ends.
And it's just like...
Him talking, and like...
That's weird. Like, well, what happened next? You know, there's really
I said, that's the fucking ending? Fuck, 4 had a more emotional ending. He came home to the United States. You see that his family had property, so you're led to believe, is his mom and dad down there?
Yeah.
Is he taking over their place because they're long and dead? You don't know. You get to think of ambiguous.
You get that ambiguous,
but you get a closure.
Yeah.
This was a cash grab. Yeah. I'm sorry, Sly. Please stop grabbing your fucking movies. Again, Creed 2, good closure.
Was great closure.
You went back to your son in Seattle to make amends, and then you, with your grandkids, Adonis Creed got revenge on the guy's son of the father that killed his dad. It was a closure for him. He wants to make another one.
I know, it's like some movies just don't need to keep going.
I think Sly made this movie wanting to not be Rambo, but knew that a lot of his films go straight to video. He had to just tag Rambo
also,
in the fucking name.
Keep in mind, there were rumors, we had to bring this up earlier, there were rumors going around that they were possibly going to reboot it. So he was probably on the impression, like, okay, I better make a movie before somebody fucking reboots it. So that's probably why he kind of got desperate.
Well, here's the thing, Sly, it's going to be rebooted in the future, no matter what. I mean, you made this, 5 years they're going to reboot it. And they're going to do it without you because you're going to be, at this time, you're going to be way too old to do it. Yeah. But really, and then you announce this is the last time you want to play the character. So it's going to get rebooted. So just accept it.
Yeah.
But I will say that I knew the disappointment was coming. And I could not get into this. It was kind of cringy at times. And this was the weakest. Definitely the weakest.
It was. And with that being said, because I didn't have like that really like pissed off.
You're
level.
more than I am.
I still thought it was definitely, it was not good. And with that, I'm giving the movie I'm just going with just a regular disaster grade on the Film Phreeks meter.
I'm gonna probably go a little bit under you on this one. I'm gonna go a low disaster grade in the Film Phreeks meter because I'm a little bit more pissed off about the fact that this is the closure of the
No, I
franchise.
agree. The film did
Of a
not.
character I actually
the film
enjoy.
this franchise deserved. It already had its proper closure.
Yeah.
You didn't need to do it.
In all honesty, I'm more of a Rambo fan than Rocky, but I love them both the same. I'm just more of a military pro. Like, I love that shit more than I boxing.
Yeah.
But I still love Rocky's movies too. But yeah.
Right. Fair enough. For those of you who have also seen Rambo: Last Blood and also the other Rambo films as well, let us know in the comments below what you thought about it. And if you like what you see here, you can feel free to like and subscribe to our channel and check out some other reviews here and our website at filmphreeks.com. And we'll be seeing you in our next review.
Later.
We'll see you later.